I know you want a healthier body, and you want to ease your soul, So here's some medicines that heal the world. So grow with herbs for health.
Welcome back to another episode of Herbs for Health podcast. You guys, I know I've been gone for quite a while, but I am back with some information that I would like to share with you guys. And you probably, heard about this already, but I would just like to bring it to my platform, And today we're going to be talking about juicing. And we're just going to touch a little bit on the benefits of juicing and why people should juice more, especially when you're sick and you have an illness or disease even. Why juicing is one of those things that's very, very effective. And so let's talk about that. All right, so now I've juiced before and I find it, very good. Juicing can be a lot of fun or it can be a lot of work. It just depends on how you look at it, For someone who, is not really used to prepping their food or taking the time to really plan out their meals down to what they're going to eat, measuring, their food and macros and things like that. Juicing could possibly be a problem for you. Even though it's a straightforward thing, it's just the preparation of it. And that's also depending on what type of juicer that you have. Some juicers you can go ahead and put the whole fruit or vegetable in there because, it requires no cutting. And then there's other juicers where, you have to chop up the fruits and vegetables in small pieces in order for it to fit in the juicer. And some people will use a blender to juice, which I find to be a lot easier and simpler for people who just doesn't have that time or mindset to prep their vegetables for cutting. So it just all depends on your preference. But let's talk about the benefits of juicing. Why should a person incorporate juicing into their lives, even if you're healthy and especially if you're sick, right? So when we think about the quality of life begins with the quality of your food, right? Because food sustains your life. I believe that. I don't know if a lot of people believe that, but the quality of your food helps you to sustain life. I truly believe that. And I would say that the surest path to health and energy and strong bones and, beautiful skin and functioning body parts starts with a diet that is rich in natural foods, right? Not highly processed foods. So whole foods such as like whole grains, legumes, fruits and veggies, And so when we think about the quality of life and the quality of your health, it starts with quality foods. Think about that. A lot of us like quality, things like cars and shoes and clothes, all those things like that. But quality foods produces a quality life of health. So those are the things I believe in. I believe that juicing can produce that quality life that you need, especially when sick. So when we're talking about juicing, we're talking about juicing fruits and vegetables that sometimes people wouldn't normally eat, like beets or carrots, cabbage, kale, spinach, you know, greens, mustard greens, all of these things like that, right? These are the things that we're juicing. And these, these fruits and vegetables have so much to offer. When you juice vegetables and you juice fruits, these things are fresh juices, right? Everything that's squeezed from these vegetables and fruits is all natural. No additives, no sweeteners, no sugar, no water added, nothing like that. It's just fresh juice that provides those vital proteins and carbohydrates and essential fatty acids. It also provides the vitamins and the minerals and nutrients that is really critical to good health, and you can have that all in one serving when you make a juice. Now, there are different types of juices that you can make according to your needs, okay? Some people like to go with the green juices, and those green juices, when you make that, you're basically using, green fruits and vegetables, okay? So you can use cucumber. People know it as a vegetable, but it is a fruit because it has seeds. Apples, okay, that's a little sweet. Now the green apples are a little sweet but a lot sour. Green grapes, same as apples, a little sweet, a little sour. Kale, cabbage, spinach, all these things like that. Any type of green vegetable or fruit. These types of the green juices actually helps with your blood, okay? It definitely helps to build your red blood cells because dark leafy greens has the almost the same structure as blood in a sense. We could talk about that later, but it really helps to build that red blood cell count. So you can make different types of juices for different things, okay? And so you can go and make a beetroot juice and add different fruits in there to sweeten it, because a lot of people, they just don't like beets. But if you take that beet juice, which is really good to help you with your iron levels, and I encourage you to drink a beet juice if you have time to make one, or you can get a cold pressed juice from the store or whatever, and drink those a couple of times a week. Increase that iron level, okay? So there's different kinds, and these juices does serve the purpose of helping you with those minerals and those vitamins and all the essential things that are critical to good health. So the advantages of juicing or incorporating juicing into your everyday life, as far as every meal that you have, or maybe sometimes you don't want to have a meal and you can drink a juice. Sometimes it can make you feel fulfilled when you just drink these juices, because they have so many of the minerals that you need that you don't even sometimes get from a plate of food that you eat. So it can feel somewhat satiating. I mean, it won't really last very long because it's juice, right? But it can help in that way if you want to lose weight and you don't want to eat too much. Having those juices throughout the day until you have that meal that you probably want for dinner will definitely help with the process of weight loss. So you can use these juices to your advantage. So another advantage of this is that when you're juicing, it increases your energy, It strengthens your immune system, and it also reduces the risk of disease within the body. And juicing can help with strong bones, okay? And also your skin, as we mentioned before. Juicing plays a big role in our daily diet. And I believe that if people started juicing, I believe that their health will increase tremendously. That it will improve tremendously. You know, I also think that juicing produces a body that can be very, very functional. And what I mean by that is there are people who, they work out and everything. They may lift heavy and, do all these other things. But after they leave the gym, according to the way they eat and, work out, are they really functional? Are you able to walk 2 to 3 miles without having to stop every 5 minutes or every minute? A functional body is important. It's way more important than looking good. You can lose the weight and everything, build muscle and look good, but are you functional? Are you able to squat down? The things that really matter. Is your body functional or is your body stiff? I think juicing will definitely help the body to become more functional, especially with the organs and the ligaments and joints and things like that. Because again, the juicing can help with bone strength, just depending on what types of juices that you make. As we said before, building the blood is very, very important, and you can do that with green juice, as I mentioned before. And it's essential because think about it. If you're drinking a green juice that's helping you build your blood, or you're drinking a beet juice that's helping you with that iron, your blood is producing oxygen. It's carrying that oxygen to all of the organs. It's carrying nutrients to all of the organs and tissues. All your blood does a lot, and so building up that blood and iron is really, really important when you think of the functionality or the function of your whole body, right? So circulation problems, all those type of things, it can be healed through juicing, because the minerals and vitamins that come from these plants, you're getting them from the juices, and it's helping your blood flow. And as that blood flows, is increasing and carrying all the oxygen, nutrients, and everything that all of your organs and tissues need. So juicing is very, very powerful when you look at it, in that way. So when you think about, this American diet that we have all taken a part of at some point in time, and it can be very, very hard to get away from that American diet. We eating fast food a lot because it's quick and easy and it's addicting. You like ice cream, you like cheese, all these things, they taste very good, but some of us are addicted to eating these type of foods every single day, to where we are feeling sluggish, very tired, fatigued. By 2 o'clock, you need to lay down and go to sleep and take a break or take a rest. Like, you can't make it through the day. And you think about it, all of those heavy types of food that you eat every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Think about it. Think about the foods that you eat every single day. And if you eat 3 times a day, what type of meals are you having each and every day? You know, they can be very heavy foods that require your digestive system to work very hard, and is not really giving you that energy that you need. Instead, you feel tired and sluggish, right? And most of the time with that type of diet that we have, are we really eating fruits and vegetables, besides the onions on your burger? You really have to think about that. Now, if you go from this American diet, the standard American diet, which they also call SAD, SAD, which is standard American diet. If you go from that type of diet to a plant-based diet with less meat, or a full plant-based diet with no meat, no animal products, no processed foods, whole foods plant diet, which I like to say, you will feel a tremendous difference in the way your body functions. As we said before, quality food equals a quality way of life, a quality healthy life, if you will. So if you're not the type of person who eats these fruits and vegetables, like I'm saying, you switch over to a whole foods, whole plant diet, right? You can incorporate these juices or juicing to your everyday life and start to reap the benefits of a more functional body, in which you'll have more energy. You'll be able to do things. You'll want to do things. You won't be so lazy, and you will see the benefits of weight loss. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen Sick, Fat, and Nearly Dead. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Basically, most people have seen it, but some haven't. But he decided to go on a juice fast where he would just drink juice every single day, and they were like green juices, and his health increased tremendously. He lost a lot of weight. He didn't just lose weight, but all of his numbers had increased. Blood pressure. I'm not sure if he had diabetes, but he had a lot of health issues because he was so overweight, and he was eating the SAD diet, standard American diet. And once he stopped that and he introduced juicing to his diet, and that's all he did for a number of days, he lost so much weight. He went from not being able to run to running miles, having the energy and that spirit within to want to do it. A lot of times, I don't know if anyone has ever experienced this, but a lot of times when we eat heavily throughout the day like that, you don't want to do anything. You want to go to bed, right? Sometimes people feel quite depressed, and they don't know why. And it is related to what you eat throughout the day. So living plants gives us energy, gives us life, long life. So remember that. So instead of eating foods, Americans, instead of eating foods that are rich in vital nutrients, most Americans, we focus on refined foods, that's high in calories, sugars, fat, and all that type of stuff, right? So what do we eat? Ice cream, like I said, burgers, fries, chocolate, cookies, and all of these things. And what do we do? What do we drink after that? Some people drink water. Some people don't drink enough water, but you're usually drinking artificially flavored or colored fruit drinks or soda, right? So more processed things on top of that. So it's like our bodies is filled with all of these toxic things, it's a matter that you feel this way mentally and physically, and sometimes even spiritually as well. And it's just because of the certain things that we do throughout the day that relates to food. So it's more and more food additives and artificial flavoring and coloring, all of these things. And even when it comes to those processed vegan foods, which we will talk about on another episode, but those things aren't healthy for you either, right? And with this sad diet of eating all these type of processed and heavy foods, right, that is filled with sugars and fats and salts and calories, lots and lots of calories in one setting, some of these foods can cause cancer because there are a lot of synthetic foods with additives, right? And so, like, again, you think about those things with depression, right? Asthma, allergies, diabetes, high blood pressure, migraines, all of these things, because there's so many synthetic food additives that we consume every single day. And that's why I believe that people should adapt juicing into their lives to create a healthier environment within your body so that your organs can function, so that you can think deeply and rationally, so that you can be in good spirits. You can get up and want to do things and have that motivation so that you don't be at risk of disease. You want to create a body that is full of nutrients that will help your immune system fight against anything that comes in the body that is foreign. Juicing is the key, okay? And a lot of people want to be able to have this, healthy outlook on life, but they don't know how to really transition into that way of life. A lot of people think it's hard because they may be presented with a lot of things that they have to do at once. Exercising, eating right, and all those type of things that they are not used to because they've been used to that standard American diet or standard American way of just getting things done, worry about health last or later, right? And what I want to say is, when you have the opportunity to learn and to grasp information as I am given, take notes. Start to adapt new ways and change your thoughts about things. Juicing, I believe, is one of the best ways to become healthy besides taking herbal medicines, right? It's one of the easiest ways because a lot of people don't necessarily like to take capsules or like to drink herbal teas, even though the herbs are for the healing of the nation, and the herbs are very, very powerful in such ways where it can rebuild organs, right? It can help with so many things, but some people don't trust it. Some people aren't used to those type of natural ways. They're used to, I would say, pharmaceutical, Western type medicine, right? And I don't blame people. I don't, because everyone has to learn. And I feel as though juicing is one of the best ways to introduce people to a new way of healing, because it tastes good. It tastes really good, and they can mix any type of fruit or vegetable that they like or desire together. Especially if you're a person who don't eat greens or, anything like that. You can take these fruits and vegetables and make magic. And before you know it, you will start feeling very, very, very good. And this is a way to heal sickness or illness within the body by accepting and taking in these plant foods. It's simple. Herbs are plants, right? There's so many different herbs that does so many different things. But when you talk about, plants that we eat, as far as, the fruits and vegetables, we are more familiar with those types of things. And so it's an easier thing to adapt, especially because, like I said, it tastes really good. You are used to seeing these things. Some of you have eaten these things, and it's the easiest way to rebuild your health. So I really encourage people to, start learning about juicing, and maybe you can go out and buy you a juicer or a blender to start juicing. And when you start juicing and you incorporate these things, one thing I want you to realize is that you cannot continue to eat all of these processed foods, these synthetic foods that have all of these synthetic additives in it, right? You can't eat that way anymore. You're going to have to eat whole foods. Now, even if you still eat meat, right? I suggest that you prepare your own foods. So you want to eat more whole foods. You want to also watch how many calories that you eat a day. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of us are used to eating that fast food, where one fast food meal may be 2,000 calories. And guess what? If you're trying to lose weight, you didn't eat 2,000 calories in one meal. But if you were to cook your food and knew how many calories each meal will have, you will feel more fulfilled. And within that, you can add those juices in there too. Once you start doing those things, eating and having a diet that is not filled with chemicals, but that is filled with vitamins and minerals and nutrients and all of the vital elements that help our bodies and our organs function, you will definitely feel a lot better. And not to mention that juice can heal on a cellular level. It really can. It can start with your cells. So juicing is a big, big, big part of our. I hope that this episode has been very beneficial to you guys. And I'll get in more detail about other things later when it comes to juicing. But I also want you to know that if you are looking for any type of juice, you can go to my website at herbsforhealth.store. I do have cold pressed juices. I have 4 of them. You can read about the benefits of each one that I have created. And if you would like to have some, go ahead and place your order, and it will be out to you within 2 to 3 days. Again, thank you for joining me on this podcast with Earth for Health. See you again next time.
urge for him.